All right, so there were two problems that as a class we struggled with on yesterday's assignment revolving around the harmonic series and the P series. Three of them went pretty well, but I want to talk about these two that are released right now for you to look at. The first one is question number 3 here, which says, which of the following series converge? You've got a P series here, we've got a geometric, and then we've got a kind of funkier looking one. And most of you were able to correctly identify that one is going to converge because it's a P series, which would be n to the negative 1.5. So that would be fine. Here we've got a geometric where r is 1/3. That one's fine. This one is admittedly tricky. The AP is not necessarily a very nice test. And so what I think a lot of you were doing was that just focusing on this part, which if you we're just looking here, it absolutely converges because by comparing it to a P series, right? Because a power, ln is not going to be a very big power, but it's already got 1. And so this totally makes sense of why, if you just pay attention to that part, you would think that this converges. And here's where the AP is being kind of mean. If we look over here, it starts with n equals 1. So that first term is 1/1 ln of 1. And hopefully you would remember that ln of 1 is 0. And so then we get that the first term is negative infinity. So that means that this is divergent. Now, you might think this is kind of mean. I personally do. But that doesn't stop the AP. So hopefully this explanation helps a bit. And then the correct answer is 1 and 2. All right, the other question that was very similar, this is question number 5. Which of these series converge? The correct answer here is just 3. And this is, again, one of those things where you were good at identifying the ones that converge. Most people did not say that 3 diverges, but it's actually the only one. So the reason that 2 diverges is that this is basically a comparison to 1/2n, which, while that's bigger than the harmonic, if we're thinking about it as half of the harmonic, half of infinity is still infinity, right? So that's going to diverge. And this one here also diverges. It'll be 1 or 0, but because it keeps flipping back and forth, it won't actually converge. It doesn't approach a number as it goes towards infinity, right? It's sort of like sine, right? It doesn't go towards infinity, but that doesn't mean that it converges. So this is one of those few cases where it's not going to be going towards positive or negative infinity like this, but it's also not going to converge. It's not going to zero in on an individual number. And so this one is also does not converge. And so then the only answer is 3. I hope this helped. I hope some of you watch it. And please bring me any other questions in the comments or in the Zoom meeting at noon.